Welcome to the discussion. My guests today are Jill Singer, Vice President for National Security at AT&T Public Sector. Jill, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thanks for having us here.
And Richard Durand, Client Vice President for National Security, AT&T Public Sector. Richard, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Jason. Glad to be here.
We've been talking a lot about network transformation. IT modernization is part of that. Software-defined networking, another area that I think we hear a lot about, a lot of not just emerging technology, but I think a real technology that agencies are really starting to use. So let's just first, maybe Richard, define software-defined networking so we're all on the same page, and then maybe talk about what the interest that you're seeing in the ISEE.
Yeah, so Jason, software-defined networking has obviously, it's been around for some time. It actually started in the data center environment where companies were using it. Data center providers were using it to drive efficiency in the data center environment. And it's also, the underpinnings of that technology are also found in the cloud. At the end of the day, we're talking about separating the hardware layer from the software layer. And the main purpose of that is to give you agility, flexibility, agile capacity. We have a significant portion of our core AT&T global network already software defined, and we're taking that out to the edge with our customers. And we really see this this technology, AT&T put all its chips in. We're there, and now we're seeing many of our customers are picking up on the inertia in this technology, and they're saying, hey, we need to take our networks software defined as well. It's kind of a, because they're not at scale, it's kind of a crawl, walk, run approach, and we're seeing different customers in different areas on that continuum. We have quite a few customers that are all in, but are taking more of an SD-WAN approach or a hybrid approach. I've got a mix of legacy network, SD-WAN network, and then eventually on a continuum to a full software-defined network. And
just so I can put maybe a fire point on SD-WAN, software-defined wide area network, right. But maybe their local area network is what we call it old technology or legacy technology.
Yeah, so a lot of our customers, because of their interest in getting the benefits of software-defined networking, are employing SD-WAN because it's an over-the-top solution. Okay. AT&T offers it to a lot of its customers as a hybrid approach to SDN. Maybe some of our customers don't need the same level of priority or class of service on some of their links, and so they get the benefits of lower cost over internet, and we use SD-WAN.
Add on to what Richard is saying, when you look at a few reasons why AT&T has pursued the software-defined networking path, and you consider, do those reasons also apply to the intelligence community organizations? I think the answer is absolutely yes. I'll just give you 4 benefits that we are finding with software-defined that I think also our customers are finding. The first one is lower capital expenditure. So you actually deploy less total hardware, and you deploy more commodity hardware, which reduces the capital expenditure. And you also need to have less global deployments. So you travel around the globe fewer times, and you put the less expensive hardware out there, which saves you money. That's one. Another one is, once we have it out there, we can quickly shift resources from a US-based operating center, if you will, but we can shift those resources to respond to traffic pattern changes, to speed and scale requirements, whether it is just a World Cup and we need to do something there, or whether it's a more severe disaster, man-made or natural. And we can also correct network disruptions faster and better with software-defined networking. A third benefit is lower operating expenditures and lower operating costs. Software-defined networks are heavily automated. And then I'd say the fourth benefit is that we can really rapidly deploy cyber defenses or network fixes or patches that can respond to any kind of cyber threat or cyber vulnerability that is emerging out there. And all 4 of those benefits really do apply to our customer space also. Those agency IT organizations are looking for those same 4 features.
Maybe talk a little bit about that, the ISEE community, and how they're starting to look at SDN. Obviously, it's not a start and stop. How do you see the uptake, and are they understanding the same benefits you just outlined?
We've spent a lot of time talking to the various individual ISEE organizations about the benefits of software-defined networking. I think, as Richard mentioned, many of them will take a step-by-step approach to get into it, and they'll start with over-the-top software-defined wide area networking, which they recognize gives them maybe not all benefits, but it certainly gives them a leapfrog set of benefits for their particular agencies. Some agencies who are moving to more of a managed service model will turn to an organization like AT&T, and they may move to software-defined networking a bit faster if it is responsive to their mission and at a price point and a risk point that they can support.